in World Championships. Will it be a 25th? The umpire in charge of affairs spinning the coin to decide who'll serve, who'll receive serve. Players now return to their corners, tracksuits removed, words of wisdom from their coaches, and then they'll be out for a 2-minute practice. My name is Don Parker, and I'm joined in the commentary box by Jill Hammersley-Parker. Jill, a former European champion, 3 times European top 12 champion, following an illustrious playing career, then moved into coaching, coached the England women's team at 3 Olympic Games, many World Championships. Jill, this is going to be a real tough one for Timo Boll. Can he do it?
Well, he's in front of his home crowd and they'll all be egging him on, so who knows? I mean, he's been playing really well at these championships. Marlon, you know, fantastic player, as you say, had all 24 consecutive wins, so let's hope it's a good match.
I'm sure it's going to be a great match. Timo Boll was actually the last European to beat Marlon at a World Championships in Moscow in 2010. That's how far back we have to go. Marlon was, of course, a Grand Slam winner, and that is a person who holds the world title, the Olympic title, and the World Cup title. He won the World Cup 2015, Rio Olympics 2016, and the World Championships in Suzhou in 2015. So the players now coming out to the table. 2-minute practice. It's just an opportunity to groove in the shots, to get the feet moving, a gentle warm-up, so to speak. These two, of course, played in the men's doubles together. They're good friends off the table. Lost to Fan Shendong and Zhu Jin. And of course, we'll be seeing those 2 Chinese players, Fan Shendong and Zhu Jin, later this afternoon in the final of the men's doubles. Timo Boll, Marlon playing in the red shirt. It's a pretty impressive CV. Amazes me how consistent he is, backhand and forehand, how powerful he is. And there we have the new Chinese coach, Qin Zijian. Good player himself, penal grip player, somewhat of a double specialist in his time. And there we have the left-handed Timo Boll. What a wonderful ambassador to German sport he has been. And again, the word legend is used a lot in the World Championships, but there's no doubt this gentleman was one world champion in 1989 in men's doubles with Stefan Fetzner, European champion 1992 in Stuttgart in front of his home crowd. And what a nice guy he is too. So we talk about playing in front of the home crowd. There is a significant Chinese support here for Marlon. Almost carnival type atmosphere. And I'm sure we're going to enjoy a thrilling quarter-final. So the 2-minute practice is almost over. The umpire will be calling the players to attention. Over 600 players have entered this competition from over 100 nations. We've had 50,000 spectators coming through the doors. 3 exhibition halls have been used, 50,000 square meters of space. It's been an outstanding tournament. And here we are, we're down to 1 table for the remaining games at these World Championships. And it doesn't get much more excited than the home crowd's #1 against the world #1. Boll with his back to us, left-handed, very quick on his feet. And it's love all now, first game. 36 years of age, Boll. Good flick down the line from the German player. You've seen quite a bit of Ma Long, Jill, at this tournament, commentated when he's been playing. If you were advising Timo Boll, what sort of advice would you be giving him?
Well, I think Ma Long's got good forehand and backhand, but I think Timo Boll has got a varied placement. You know, try and be deceptive on his service, follow in third ball whenever possible. If you can, play some into Ma Long's body. But he's such a... he moves so well around the table. Sometimes it's difficult for him to stop him.
A bit of a debate there. Did that touch the top? Did it touch the side? The umpire decided it touched the side. I actually agree with the umpire. He hit it from outside the table. And of course, these two being friends, being doubles partners here in Dusseldorf. And they're asking, I think, to see it again as a replay on the screen. Point to Timo Boll, and it's Ma Long with his two serves to come. And how about that for sportsmanship? Boll deliberately putting the ball in the net. That cancels out the point that was given to him.
True sportsman, Timo Boll always acknowledges when the ball's touched the net or the edge, if the umpire's missed it.
Great integrity. And Boll there just going for the forehand topspin down the line, playing his forehand from the backhand side. I do agree, Joel. I think Timo Boll has to throw caution to the wind. He has to play positive, play into the body of Ma Long. That was a good example there. The long fast serve down the line. Do the unexpected. Has to take Ma Long by surprise. Ma Long beat Chuang Chi Yuan from Chinese Taipei in the last 16. And Timo Boll beat Freitas of Portugal. Oh, that's a wonderful chop block.
A lot of backspin on that.
Just watch that again. Can you see the expression on Boll's face? He couldn't believe the backspin that he, from so close to the table, just dropped his bat on the ball. Incredible control. And Boll there, going across, returning with his backhand, the heavy backspin. And Boll pushes the ball into the net.
Moving it, the ball round the table there, Boll. Serving it tight. Opened up. Spinny backhand.
It's interesting too that Ma Long has won a massive 23 World Tour titles in addition to World Championships, Olympic Games. Mr. Consistency.
Yeah, and he's won the Grand Finals 5 times. So has got a suitcase full of titles.
It's amazing. It's not that long ago. I had a little bit of a soft spot for him in the sense that he kept losing in the semi-final. 3 consecutive World Championships. He lost in the semi-final to Wang Hao. But his perseverance came through. And here he is looking to retain the title he won 2 years ago in Suzhou. And indeed now 6 game points. Good backspin on the service from Boll. You can see how loose he holds the racket with the service grip. As soon as he's hit the ball, the grip changes. You can see there straight away he's into the grip he uses during the rally. The loose grip just relaxes the wrist, just lets a little bit more wrist movement go into the ball. Hence you can get more spin, more variation. But that's a great forehand topspin down the line, and Ma Long takes the first game 11-5. Don't go far, we'll be back shortly with the second game. Winners for Ma Long there, and if you look at the play there, 59% in that top left-hand corner, and we look for Timo Boll spraying the ball around the table, 23% down the middle of the table there, into the body of Ma Long. So the players now back out for the second game. And it is Timo Boll to serve.
And that's what he's got to do. After his service, he's got to be looking for that third ball. And that was strong. Ma Long got it back, but Boll finished it off with the 5th ball.
Again, the tactics were good. The short serve, he's in with that first topspin. And that's 2 points out of 2 with the serve. And there we are, German supporters. Yes, you can. He needs to believe he can. He did it in 2010. Can he do it 7 years later?
Serving there, following up, changing the spin on his service. Timo Boll's got to do the same now to look to try and get in. Oh, that was a great backhand. Off the bounce, very spinny action. Played on the diagonal. Outright winner.
Good backspin on the serve, that loose grip, allowing the wrist to impart that little bit more spin. The reverse action. Ma Long not quite lifting the backspin, and all 6 points in this second game have gone with the service. Good return from Boll. It was well placed, it was close to the net. And then an edge ball. So good fortune favouring Timo Boll, 6-2 in the lead. Trying a little bit of a chop block himself there, Timo Boll. It's not a bad idea. The surprise element is paying dividends for the German player. Boll ready for the backhand down the line this time. And then spread it out wide to Timo Boll's forehand. There, and then very early, very risky.
His receiver serve, he did a sort of backspin on the ball. So Boll was only able to just slowly do a top spin. Fantastic rally there. And what an angle he got. So using his forehand from the backhand side.
There he goes. Came across the inside of the ball, so there was side spin on it. You could see on the replay there, the ball fading away from Marlong. If I was your Groskopf, I would be nodding my head there. That was the right thing to do. Came across, flicked it positively down the line. You have to identify whether the tactics were good. It's not whether you win or lose the point, it's how you play the point. Sometimes you'll lose the point, but the tactics were right. If you continue to employ those tactics, you will come out on top. That's the skill of tactically analysing a game. Thought the return of serve there from Marlong was a little bit high. He got away with it. Boll topspun the ball straight into Marlong's backhand. There's the one that's definitely popped up, but he goes straight into the backhand. And every time Marlong hits the ball, there's energy behind the shot. He uses the wrist. It's a great forehand topspin.
It's a great backhand from Marlong there. Quick off the bounce, Timo.
Very unfortunate. It hit the top of the net. Which way was it going to go? It trickled back onto Timo Boll's side. It almost looked like it was going over at one time. What a good serve, the surprise element. A long, fast serve straight down the line. The backhand topspin from Marlong hits the leading edge of Timo Boll's bat. And now 8 points apiece.
Timo Boll. He knows that's what he's got to do.
Just caught the top of the net. But they do say fortune favours the brave, and that's exactly what Boll was doing there, going for his shot. second serve in this sequence of 2 coming up. He was going to play a backhand, changed his mind, went for the forehand, just missed the side of the table. And punching the air, Timo Boll. 2 game points for Germany and Timo Boll. Taking it. 11 points to 8. Threw the ball up a little bit on the return of service. Clever variation. The German supporters are on their feet. Players return to their corners. 1 minute with the coaches, and we'll be back soon for the 3rd game. Winners for Marlong. Sorry, 6 winners for Timo Boll, 3 for Marlong. Perhaps the most telling statistic, but it is now Marlong to serve love all 3rd game.
Good backspin serve there. A lot of backspin on that ball.
Tends to be serving a lot into that area with the occasional long fast serve to the backhand. That's where Marlong is at his best. Over the table, in with that forehand topspin, this time straight down the middle of the table. Boll not sure whether to play backhand or forehand, but the ball was coming incredibly quick anyway. Topspinning very quickly off the bounce. I think that said Boll fantastisch, so I assume that means in English Boll is fantastic, and I certainly agree with that. He's playing really well at the moment. He's had a pretty troubled time with injury over the last few seasons, always fighting one injury or another, and a lot of people wondered whether we'd seen the best of Boll, but here he is, quarter-final of the World Championships, and he's 50-50 at the moment with the world's number 1. Just needs to be a little bit braver on the return of serve. Play safe against Marlong and you pay the price. If ever you have to be positive against a player on the return of serve, Marlong's the player. So Boll now with his 2 serves.
He let off the hook there. Service went a little bit long. So Marlong was able to get in straight away.
I think the important thing there tactically is to realise that's not the way to win the game. You will pinch the odd point, that's exactly what he did there. Marlong doesn't lose many points when he gets in with that first strong topspin and he's against the block. Just this early part of the rally, the short play at the moment, where Marlong is coming out slightly on top, hence the 5-3 lead. Marlong now with his 2 serves.
the varying placement of his service. Keeping Timo Boll guessing where he's going to serve to.
He's taking Boll over to return the backhand with his, from the backhand side, from the forehand side with his backhand. Then he immediately gets wide down the backhand side. So Boll has to get back quickly. This time Boll returns with the forehand, but it's that backhand topspin from Ma Long to give him a 7-3 lead.
Not many long rallies in this game. It's all going down to service and receive. He knows he's got to try and get in whenever possible.
So important, the service, the receiver serve, Jill, as you say, arguably the two most important shots in the game.
Serve long. Ma Long's going to take every opportunity there is to get in.
What was impressive there, he was going to push the ball over the table. He saw then it was coming long, changed his stroke, and then went for the forehand topspin as the ball was coming over the white line. Excellent play from the world and Olympic champion. 7 game points for China. Always right up at the table for every shot in that rally, Timo Boll. See that again on the replay. Everything's early. Again, trying to flick out wide, but Ma Long takes the third game, 11-4. He leads 2-1. We'll be back shortly. Players now back, just looking at the statistical analysis of that third game, the one that jumped out to me. Ma Long won 75% of the points when he served, compared to 29% by Timo Boll. That's clearly an area that Timo Boll has to address. Just needs to improve the service, get in behind the serve if he can. Nothing to lose. Just got to go for his shots. 50-50 balls, have a go. It's a great angle there. Out wide to the left-hander's forehand. Whipped it off the bounce.
Better there. Knows he's got to serve in with his backhand. Down the line. Boll played with his forehand down the line as well. Changing direction.
Excellent play by Boll. The return of serve was superb. Very delicate touch shot, kept it tight over the net. There we see it. Forces Marlon to play over the table. And then in with that forehand topspin. Point to Germany. Coach there just saying calm, steady. That was a fairly straightforward topspin for Marlon. He'll be wondering how he missed that one. But it gives Timo Boll a 3-1 lead.
More touch play in this game. Not going quite so long. A little later with the forehand, spinning it up.
It really is all about the service and the return of service. We've not had many rallies at all in the whole match. Very tactical competition so far. Marlon making an error with the counter topspin.
Good serve in there and following up by Boll. So I've got to try and keep the service tight.
Quick on his feet, like lightning there, getting in the forehand from the backhand side of the table. We got the rattles going, the horns going. This really is an excellent start to the fourth game by Timo Boll. Worth a gamble. He's looking to get round, play the topspin from the backhand side of the table. Probably his best shot when he gets it in, and he was going to go down the line or he was going to go into the backhand of Marlon. I don't mind that. When you're in a difficult situation, you've got to take high-risk chances. Tactics were good. Certainly, Marlon just seems a little bit out of sorts at the moment. He's blocking in the net. He's missed a few simple forehand topspins in this game.
Bit more touch play, I think, in this game. Timo Boll. Don't always need to do big, powerful shots. With variation. A lot of backspin on that service.
Second serve in this sequence of two. Marlon 5 points adrift. Just popped that up a little bit too high, but it dropped onto the edge of the table, fortunately for Boll. Just look how he just quite read the spin. It pops up, there it is, quite high, but then Man's on the edge. So we're heading for 2 games apiece here. 9-3. Boll with the serve. Oh, it's a great shot. This really has been a convincing win for Boll in the 4th game. He's dominated it from the word go. He's taken the ball early. His touch over the table has been better than Marlon's, and that's what's created the chances to get in with the top spins. Still 6 game points for Boll.
Marlon saved one. Good follow up there. Spinny.
And there we go. Timo Boll takes the 4th game, 11 points to 5. And it is now 2 games apiece. We'll be back soon. The crowd are sensing a shock here. Timo Boll played quite superbly in that 4th game. Win with spin, the supporters said, and that's exactly what he can do. He read the spin well, his touch was quite superb, and he got in and spun the ball whenever he got the opportunity. He's got to keep it going. 75% of his serves in that 4th game. He won the point, so served much better in the 4th game than the 3rd game.
A great forehand. Winner there to the middle of the table. Served well. Got in. A great placement.
Good topspin down the line by Marlon. You can hear the difference in the number of supporters quite clearly. Of the 8,000 supporters here, I think we're looking at 6,000-7,000 German supporters and probably 500-600 Chinese supporters. And then a sprinkling of supporters from around the world.
how the game has gone from the last game and the previous game to that. Topsy-turvy. A lot of it on service and receive.
I just sense here that Ma Long has served long and quick. He's opened the rallies up quickly. He's almost trying to cut out the short play and get in with that topspin as soon as he can. Certainly exposing Timo Boll out wide to the forehand. Captain Ma Long, the captain of the Chinese team, it would appear.
Perhaps that's his nickname.
The Long, L-O-N-G, is actually Chinese for dragon.
Running round there with his forehand from the backhand side.
This is just the start that the new Chinese men's coach, Qin Jiwan, would have wanted. Pressure, 2 games apiece. And Ma Long comes out and races to a 6-1 lead. 6-2 Ma Long. Ma Long now with his 2 serves to come.
Would you say, Don, serving just slightly longer?
He's certainly making it a lot harder for Boll to keep it tight. And that return we'll see on the replay. Changed his mind. He thought it was coming long. He realised it wasn't. He had then to correct to play over the table. And Ma Long quite simply at his best in that situation, dispensing that ball with his forehand topspin. And again, that wide ball to the forehand. He takes it so early, plays with so much pace, makes it very difficult for Timo Boll. Ma Long, 8-3, gets a few points ahead. Ma Long tends to relax a little bit. The shots flow that little bit better. In the 4th game, he couldn't get in front and was a little bit tense. Seems to be a lot more relaxed at this point in time.
That was great placement there by Boll. Right into the body. Always a difficult place, because then you've got to decide whether to play a backhand or forehand.
Win with spin. The Boll supporters are telling him, not bad advice. The problem is getting in to spin the ball at the moment. Ma Long playing quite a few into the backhand of Boll, keeping him quiet down the backhand side, then gets out wide to the forehand. Good tactics by the Chinese player. Game points for China. There it is. Ma Long takes the 5th game by 11 points to 4 and leads by 3 games to 2. Players now back to their respective coaches and will be back shortly. It looks like the most nervous person in the hall is the new Chinese men's coach, Qin Ji-yuan. Of course, Liu Guliang, who we have previously seen sat in that corner, has now, for want of a better word, moved upstairs, overseeing both the men's and the women's team. So a little bit of pressure on the new Chinese coach. Of course, at the end of the day, it's the players on the table who do the business. But obviously, the correct tactical advice can be a big help. A significant marginal gain. Oh, it's a great backhand. Over the table. Oh, a little bit of good fortune. Boll, of course, reached the semi-final in Rotterdam in 2011. Can he do it in Dusseldorf in 2017? Well, he's 3-2 down, but he's 2-1 up. Just looking at the match statistics for the 5th game. 8 winners from Ma Long and 100% of points won with the serve. So you just sense the momentum now with Ma Long. Timo Boll just needs to address that. He needs to break this rhythm. Tight serves, or the long fast serve as the surprise element, and then try and get in first. Put the pressure on Ma Long. Into his body when he's close to the table. Spray him around if you get him away. It's a good spinny backhand into the body of Ma Long.
A slightly slower pace there. That's what we've got to do, keep changing the pace and placement. Great backhand there, though. Diagonal. Timo Boll winning 2 points from his service.
So certainly the momentum now, if anything, a little bit with Germany and Timo Boll. 2 consecutive points. Ma Long now has his 2 serves. A little bit of good fortune, but nevertheless, Boll's employing very positive tactics. That's the one he was apologising for, just caught the top of the net. There he is, playing strong forehand topspins, pinning Boll down the backhand when he's away from the table. Into the body when he's close to the table. It's easy for us to say sat up here, but Boll has to look to get in with a forehand if he can. Just mistimed that backhand. Ma Long played it very soft, took the pace off the ball. The variation winning the point for the world's #1 player. Boll has been #1 in the world, but at the moment, at the age of 36, is #8 in the world. Boll in with a good topspin. But Marlon, being the player he is able to topspin the ball back. The counter topspin, very effective. That's what happens when you're playing the world's best player. You've got to expect points like that. Spraying the ball around the table with the backhand. First one was down the diagonal. First one was down the line, sorry. The second one was out on the diagonal. He certainly looks a little bit worried. The #1 seed. He's under pressure here in Dusseldorf.
Marlon now looking to follow up on his service.
Oh, that was taking the ball so early. That forehand is working well. The German crowd, the new ITTF president there, Ebi Scholler, who made the final in '69, lost to Shigeo Ito. There he was, applauding Timo Boll, Thomas Verkart, the new president of the ITTF.
Down the line. And then he just takes it a little bit later, spins the ball. Different timing. And the crowd are going berserk here in the hall.
Yesterday, today and tomorrow, complete sellout, 8,000 seats, all gone. Very experienced player, Timo Boll. Very astute. He knows what he has to do. He knows he has to be brave, that he's got to try and be positive. That's a super shot from Marlon. What a good angle there. It's amazing when these players are under pressure. They don't hold back, they don't play safe. They play shots like the one we've just seen. And that's why they're world champions. That's why they are truly world class. Marlon now with his 2 serves to come. Leads 3-2. But he's 6-8 down in this 6th game. The touch return was just slightly high, Joe.
Yep. Slightly high, but he stepped in. He knows he's got to step in when the receive is slightly high. They've taken the time out.
Jörg Roscoff called the timeout. Timo Boll, I think, was leading 8-4, and obviously 3 points on the run. The momentum very much with Marlon. So, clever timeout by Germany. Let's just take a break. Obviously, Timo Boll has to win this game. It's, as always, the best of 7. 4 games and you're through to the semi-final. So this is a must-win situation. So let's take a pause in play, let's regroup. The advice was going up then on the cards. They're doing pretty well, those guys. Good advice coming forward. There's some of the Chinese supporters. Boll.
German. Boll.
I'm assuming that means work, perhaps. Work hard. He's certainly doing that, but he's got to keep working for another 15, 20 minutes. Take a few chances, get in with the top spins. His backhand's working well today. He's got to hunt the forehand as well. Along with his second service in this sequence coming up. The Chinese coach, Qin Yan, sitting on the edge of his seat. This is pressure. Again, you know, what integrity, what sportsmanship there. The ball hit Boll in his chest. It hit his chest, went onto his bat and came back. Some of the crowds are a little bit confused by that, and you can see the Chinese coach on his feet applauding Timo Boll. Sportsmanship of the highest order. That's what it's all about. Eight points apiece. Early backhand block was tremendous from Boll. He then set it up for him to get in with the forehand topspin. The backhand and forehands are working well for Timo Boll. And when you see a player behave the way Boll has behaved, conceding that point, you're supporting him even more. Look at that forehand topspin out wide. There it goes. Ma Long had gambled. He just started to turn round on the backhand side to play his forehand. 9-8. Oh, a little bit unlucky. What a brave serve. A long, fast serve down the line. Ma Long, not sure if he anticipated that, but he was round so quickly. Strong topspin. And now both players using the towel. They're fully entitled to do so every 6 points. And of course, a further 6 points has progressed. Ma Long with a slight advantage. He has his serves to come. Remember, in the last game, he won 100% of the points on his serve. It's not the case this game, but it just gives you a feel for how effective his serves are. But here we go, 9 points apiece. Oh, the long push was clever from Ma Long. Took Timo Boll by surprise, and then he got in with that rocket forehand topspin.
They did something different, just changed it.
79 kilometres. We've seen a couple of shots throughout this tournament that have just edged over 80, but that was a bullet. And now Ma Long serving for the match. Match point China. And he's done it. Ma Long wins the 6th game. 11 points to 9. Just look at the relief on the face of Qin Yan, the new head coach of the Chinese men's team. A smile on the face of Timo Boll, the sportsman that he is. There's a fair play trophy given in this tournament, and I'll be amazed if Timo Boll doesn't get it. What a sportsman. What a player. He gave it 110% there. Jorg Roscoff can be very proud of Timo Boll, but Ma Long dug deep there. He had to dig deep. And he goes through to the semi-final of the men's singles, 4 games to 2. But hats off to the gentleman there who's just leaving the court. Timo Boll, 36 years of age, and he puts in a performance like that. But just to confirm, as you can see on the screen,